this is my favorite holiday coming up, Halloween. And so we're going to do some Halloween things tonight. And I hope you'll have some fun with me. And anyway, we'll just go ahead and get started. So come into a comfortable seat and let's lengthen up through the spine. Belly button gently towards the spine. Lift your shoulders up and roll them back and down so that your shoulder blades are a little bit towards each other and your chest may have lifted just a little. Lengthen the back of your neck and the top of your head towards the ceiling, and then close your eyes and begin to focus on your breath. Notice the air flowing into your body and out of your body. Notice what parts of your body move with your breath. You may feel your belly expanding out with the inhale. You may feel your ribs expanding out with each inhale also. You may also feel the upper chest move and maybe your shoulders as well. You're just noticing. And now I'd like you to use your imagination a little bit. We're going to build a magic box. And I want you just to choose any box that you like. The only thing that's really needed is it has to have a lid and it has to have a key to lock it. So your box can be any shape that you like. It could be a square or a rectangle or round like an oatmeal box, or any other shape that you like. It could be made out of any kind of material that you like. Maybe cardboard or wood, metal of some sort, maybe even clay. It can be as big as you like or as small as you like. It can be any color you like or with any design that you want on it. And now what I'd like you to do is put anything into your box that may be worrying you or causing concern. All those things that happened today earlier, just put them into your box. Anything that's still to come later in the week or tonight, we don't need to be thinking about that now, so put that in the box also. You can also put things in like that neighbor's dog that barks all the time that bothers your sleep. In goes that dog. Or maybe even a person. Whatever or whoever you want to put in there, anything that disturbs your life. And once you've loaded your box, close the lid tight, lock it, set the box aside and the key aside. We'll take a few more moments here. Okay. All right, you can open your eyes if you like, or you can leave them closed. We're going to start with turning our head to the right, the center, and the left with the breath. And this is called owl neck. So we're going to exhale and look towards one side. Woo! Inhale to the center. Exhale to the other side. Whoo. And continue this with your own breath pattern. And if you feel like doing an owl call, go right ahead. One of the nice things is that we're all in our own places, so nobody else has to hear us or even see us. But we're beginning to move our neck here. One more back and forth. And when you come to the center again, pause. And we're going to do what I'm going to call tonight zombie head. We're going to drop our chin towards our chest. Inhale, the ear over towards one shoulder. Exhaling down towards the center. Inhaling the other ear over to the other shoulder. And back and forth with your own breath. Nice, slow, easy motion. Feeling the stretch on the side of your neck when your ear is next to your shoulder. And as your head is rolling down across the front of your chest, notice the good little stretches you're getting across the top of your back as well. And one more back and forth. And then end with an exhale to your chest, chin to chest. And then inhale and lift your head up. Okay, we're going to reach our arms up. And we're going to stretch with one hand, getting a nice lengthening along the side. And then release that one and stretch with the other hand, getting a lengthening on this new side here. And this is called climbing out of the grave. We're trying to get on out, so we're reaching, 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 and reaching again, climbing on up. One more reach, and then release your arms down. Well, you may know that we're going to have a full moon for Halloween. So we'll be doing some things that include the moon as well. So we're going to start by doing a crescent side bend. We take our arms up and put your hands together and just lengthen up with an inhale and exhale over to one side. And again, we're getting a longer stretch now across this side here. And inhale up, and we'll do the crescent moon on the other side, the seated crescent moon. And inhale up and release your arms down. Good. Now bring your hands to your knees, and we're going to do stir the pot. That's what it's called in yoga, but we're going to do stir the cauldron tonight. So coming forward, and then we're going to rotate to one side, inhaling as we go back, exhaling as we come forward and around. And your circles can be as big or as little as you like. The main thing is to keep your back aligned. We're not rounding the back at all as we're doing this. Can't you just see all those bubbles and everything in our cauldron here? Next time you come around to the front, pause for a moment, and then we'll reverse the circles. Again, we'll be inhaling as we're going back and around the back, and exhaling as we come forward. And again, circles as big or as little as you like. And let's do one more time around. And then come to the center when you're done. And with an inhale, lift yourself on up. Let's shake our legs out a little bit. Bouncing them up and down or windshield wiping them to release the legs. We've been sitting for a while. All right, so what we're going to do next is lion's breath. And this is a pranayama practice, a breath practice. That's a yoga breath. And again, you may feel silly doing this, but it's really energizing and it releases tension. So if ever you're feeling stressed, just take a break and do some lion's breath. So I'm going to move up a little bit towards the camera. You're going to sit in whatever way you like. I'm going to sit in easy pose, but you could have your legs out if you want. And the idea when we do lion's breath, I'll show you, is that we're going to be inhaling and opening our eyes up as wide as we can and looking up towards the ceiling. And then when we exhale, we stick out our tongue with our eyes still open and looking up. We stick out our tongue and roar. So I'll demonstrate. You inhale. Okay, are you all ready? Aren't you glad you're alone in your room there? Okay, so inhale, open wide, look up. And again. And let's do 3 more roars. Last one. Okay. Now, don't you all just feel energized? Okay. So I didn't have to rename that one at all. Lion's breath was fine. Okay, so come into your stick pose. Your feet are flexed. You can press into the floor beside you, lifting up through your spine. And let's just sit here for a moment, feeling this nice, good posture where we really don't have to work at it because everything is aligned nicely. Although you will find that you will begin to feel it in your thighs. Let's go ahead and take our hands out in front now. This is Frankenstein here. And you can stay just like this if you want. You can fold forward, keeping your back in alignment. If you have any issues with your back at all, with osteoporosis or osteopenia or anything else, disc things, you want to keep your back aligned. But if your back is really healthy, you can go ahead and bend on down with your head towards your knees. Also, another thing that might help, you may find that it's stressing your hamstrings pretty much. So you could really go ahead and bend your knees just a little bit if you like. Whatever is best for you in this Frankenstein pose. Those of you who have rounded down, begin to lift up, coming into your back being aligned. And then we'll all sit up and release out of that pose. Okay. All right. Let's come on to hands and knees. Coming into table pose. And Buff already mentioned what we were going to be doing here. We're going to be doing the black cat and cow pose. So we'll just start like always. We'll exhale and round the back up, dropping the head, coming into black cat tonight. Inhaling, the belly drops and the head lifts, coming into the cow. And exhaling into the cat. And inhaling into the cow. And do this with your own breath pattern for the next few moments. Now we're going to deepen this a little bit. You can come to stillness if you like. We're going to come into cat and then sit our hips back towards, like we were going into child's pose. Still keeping our back rounded. And then we're going to come forward and raise up into the cow. So this is a deeper black cat pose. Going back with the exhale. Coming forward with the inhale and up to the cow. And up into the cat. And back again. Let's do one more like this. And then come to stillness. We're going to do one more version. We're going to tuck our toes. And if you don't like this, you can keep doing cat and cow just like always. We're going to exhale and come into cat. This is called deep dark cat. And then we're going to lift the knees and then come back down. And we might as well go into cow here. And then let's come into cat again and lift the knees, straightening your legs as much as you like, still keeping your back as rounded as you can. And then inhaling, coming back to the cow. And let's do that 2 more times. Exhaling up. And inhaling, coming down. And one last time. Exhaling up. And coming back down. All right, untuck your toes, widen your knees, and let's come into child's pose, which is pumpkin pose tonight. You're going to bring your forehead down to the floor or onto your hands, or you can get your block and put that under your forehead. And just take a few breaths here. And then when you're ready, go ahead and come up to your table one more time. And my husband came up with the name for this one. It's downward facing werewolf, or downward facing dog, in other words. Tuck your toes and bring your hands a little bit in front of your shoulders. We're going to inhale and then exhale, lift our hips. Lift out of your shoulders, head between your arms. Straighten your legs as much as is comfortable for you. And then let's begin to walk out the dog, the werewolf, sorry. Okay, so straightening one leg and bending the other, and back and forth a few times. And then come to stillness and hold your dog, hold your werewolf here for a few breaths. You can come out of it whenever you want. And everybody now, let's come on down. Okay. Okay, let's turn sideways here on the mat. We're going to be doing a creaky gait pose. Oops. Okay, sorry. Alrighty. So, and if you're going to use it, we're going to be coming into crescent moon also. So if you want to have a block, let's put it on the left side of the mat. Okay. So we're going to bring our right foot out to the side with the toes pointing forward. Okay. Take your left arm up by your head and your right hand on your right leg. Inhale and lengthen and come on over into your creaky gait. Oh my goodness, it needs some oil. Take a few breaths here. Feel this nice stretch along the left side of your body. Inhale and bring your hand up. And exhale now, we're going to come into crescent moon. And that's where we put our hand either on the floor or the block. And our left hand. And then the right arm goes up towards the ceiling. And then if you like, you can lift your right leg up or put it down. Doesn't matter. And then lower your foot and come back up and bring your knee back underneath you. Are you still able to hear me okay?
Yes, Becky, hear you very well.
Okay, I have that message on my computer again saying that something's going on. Okay, so we'll take the left leg out to the side now with the toes pointed forward, which you can't see. Okay, there we go. And right arm by your ear, left hand on your leg. Inhale, lengthen, and fold over towards the left leg. Again, your creaky gait. On your next inhale, come up and lower your right hand either down to the floor or to your block. And then your left arm up, coming into your crescent moon. So you can be like this, or you can lift up your left leg if you like. See, I'm being really kind to you tonight because this is a standing balance pose. And I prefer to do it on my knee. Let's lower the foot down and bring the knee back underneath. Okay. So let's go ahead and stand. Oh, no, we aren't going to stand up yet. We're going to do the fiery dragon pose, otherwise known as low lunge. So face the short end of your mat on your knees. And you, again, can use the blocks if you want to get your foot in place, or you can just let's step the right foot forward. And we want to make sure that the right knee is over the ankle or behind the ankle. Shoot. Let me scoot over and see if I can do this better for you all. There we go. Okay. All right, so this this is our low lunge or our fiery dragon pose. We're also going to move into half monkey. So you may want to bring your hands to the floor and then begin to walk your hands back and straighten your right leg as much as you like. So you may feel a pretty good stretch along your right hamstring there. And you don't have to straighten your leg all the way. If you want more of a stretch, you can flex your foot or you can bend over your leg, keeping your back aligned. And then we'll come back into the low lunge. And here we're getting this nice stretch on our left hip flexor. And then walking back into half monkey. And I think half monkey is actually scary enough. And we'll come forward. And one more time back. And one more time forward. Now, what we're going to do is lift on up again. And we're going to really become the fiery dragon by lifting our arms up, maybe shaking them for all the smoke coming out of our mouth. Release your arms and bring that knee, right knee underneath you again. All right, let's do the other side. So we'll take the left leg out in front. Okay. And again, you can be as upright as you like or have an angle here if you want. And let's bring our hands down towards the floor and begin to straighten the leg. Again, as much as is comfortable for you. Again, you can flex your foot if you want more of a stretch. You can also bend forward keeping your back aligned if you want. Here in half monkey. And then forward into the low lunge. And back into this half monkey. And forward one more time. And back to our half monkey again. And now this is our last time coming into the low lunge. We're going to lift ourselves up. Getting our balance here. And then we're going to really be this fiery dragon. And then release your hands down. And let's come on up to standing now. So maybe you just want to tuck your toe and press on up. Okay. So we're going to come into mountain pose or skeleton pose. All right. Well, that was too much, darn it. Okay. Whatever it is now. All right, so let's go ahead and lift our toes, spread the toes wide, and set them back down. Check out that your weight is equally split between both feet and also the whole bottom of the foot. Belly button towards your spine gently. Lift your shoulders up and roll it back and down. Hands resting by your side. Back of your neck is long and the top of the head towards the ceiling. And this is usually called mountain, but it's skeleton pose. And it's kind of a neat one to call skeleton because when you're in your good posture, your skeleton is holding you up with the minimum amount of muscles that you use. It's a nice resting pose. And let's open our eyes if they were closed. And let's go ahead and I want to do this next. We're going to come into Dracula pose. Now I came with props, but that's okay. For Dracula, what you need is your index finger and your thumb together, okay? I'm going to do that holding my cape. We're going to come up on our toes in high mountain. And here we are, Dracula. Ha. So this is a balance because we're not actually flying. Okay. Remember to breathe while you're balancing. And then release down. Then we're going to move into witch on a broomstick, otherwise known as chair pose. But we're going to keep our hands out in front, you know, like we're holding on to a broomstick. We're going to sit our hips back and hold on to that broomstick, which I just happen to have. Okay, so make sure your knees are behind your toes. Here in witch with a broomstick. Okay, come on up. And now we're going to do the two of them together. We're going to start in Dracula, so up on your toes, get your cape or your wings out. And then we're going to come into chair pose with holding the broomstick. And then up on the toes, I've lost my cape, but that's okay. And then down into witch on a broomstick. And up one more time. And one more time, witch on a broomstick. And then come up. Okay. So we're going to do empty coat arms right now. So your feet are a little bit apart. This will be skeleton in the, scarecrow in the wind. So we're just going to swing our arms back and forth as we twist gently, releasing our lower back. And then come to stillness. The wind has stopped. The scarecrow is okay. All right. So let us come to warrior two. We'll take a wide stance. And this is going to be wizard or warlock or witch pose. I'm going to stand this way. Turn your right toes out. Your left heel drops back. Bend your right knee. And your body is as parallel to the long side of your mat as you can get it. And then bring your arms out. And I have a magic wand. Poof, you all have a pot of gold. Okay. Enjoy being a witch or a warlock here. And then release your arms down and bring your feet to parallel again. And we're going to go the other direction. So turn your left toes out and drop your right heel back. Bend your left knee. And we're going to, again, come into warrior 2, looking over the left fingers. Poof. Good health to all of you. And release on down. And let's come back to our mat. Take a breath or two. What we're going to do next is a moon salutation. It's a full moon salutation. There are many moon salutations, and this is one that we're going to do. We're going to be moving into warrior 2, a side angle pose and triangle pose. But between each of them, we're going to be doing full moon above and full moon below. Okay. All right, so we're going to start with a crescent moon. And so take our arms overhead, touching the hands. And we'll go through this slowly to begin with. We're going to inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold over to the right. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold over to the left into crescent moon. Inhale, step out wide. Release your arms down on an exhale. And then full moon above, arms looking like a moon above. Exhale, full moon below. Inhale and exhale your arms down. Turn your right toes out and your left toes back, exhaling into warrior 2. Inhale, come to the center. And now exhale, we're going to turn the left toes out and drop the right heel back, coming into warrior 2. And then we're going to come back to the center with our feet parallel, arms down. Inhale, full moon above. Exhale, full moon below. Inhale, up. Exhale, your arms down. We're moving into side angle next. Right toes towards the short end of the mat. Left heel back, bend your knee. Forearm on your right thigh, left arm by your ear. Inhale, up with your feet parallel, and then turn your hands, your feet the other way. Left toes out, right heel drops back, and coming into your side angle pose. And then come up, drop your hands with the exhale, full moon above, full moon below. Inhale up, exhale your arms to your side. And now we'll be moving into triangle. Right toes out, left heel down, dropping back. And then coming into your triangle with your both legs straight. Inhale up and bring your feet parallel. And now we're going to go the other way. So exhaling, we're going to turn our left toes out, drop our right heel back, oops, and then coming into the triangle. And then coming up, exhaling the arms down, feet parallel, full moon above, full moon below. Come up, full moon above. Bring your hands together and step your feet together. We're going to do crescent moon again. Exhale to the right. Inhale up. And exhale to the left. Very nice. And release your arms down and just think about how you feel here. Okay. I think once through that is probably enough. Okay. All right. So let's, we're going to do a sun salutation to get us back down to the earth. So turn towards the short end of your mat. We can pretend it's another moon salutation tonight. So inhaling out and up. We can do a full moon above for our inhaling up. Exhale, swan dive forward, flat back and release. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, release down. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, arms to your side. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, swan dive forward, release down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, arms to your side. On this one, we'll be stepping back into downward facing werewolf. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, coming down. Inhale to the flat back. Exhale, release down, bend your knees, hands to the ground, and step back into your downward facing werewolf. We'll take a few breaths here. And as always, you can release on down whenever you're ready. Those who are still with me, come into plank. This is pirate's plank. And again, you can have your knees on the ground if you like for your pirate's plank. And then everybody, let's lower the knees and come onto our backs. Let's just take a breath or two here. Okay, we'll bring our right knee in and you hold either around your shin or your thigh, whatever allows you to rest your shoulders on the ground. And let's go ahead and lengthen the left leg out and flex the left foot. So we're getting a nice little stretch on the low back here. And then we're going to take our left hand on the right knee and the right hand out in the T and just gently bring your right knee over to the left, coming into a twist. And try to keep your right shoulder on the floor. I didn't come up with a name for this. Let's go ahead and lift the knee back up. Bring both feet to the floor. And bring your left knee in towards your chest, holding around your shin or your thigh. And then lengthen your right leg out, flexing the right foot. And we're getting, again, this nice little stretch on the lower left back. And then take your right hand on the left knee and your left arm out in the T, and gently bring your left knee over to the right, trying to keep your left shoulder on the floor. And then release that. Bring both feet to the floor again. And we're going to come into happy baby. So we start by opening out our legs a little bit, and then with the knees bent, and then bring your knees towards your armpits. Take your feet so they're up toward the bottom of the feet or up towards the ceiling. You can hold on to your thighs. You can hold on to anywhere. You can hold on to your shins, your ankles, your big toe, the outer part of your foot. Okay. And here we are in happy baby. And you know why the baby is so happy tonight? Because it's Halloween and the baby got all this candy. So maybe you want to rock back and forth a little bit, giving yourself a back massage here. Some people like to straighten the leg also, if that's part of your practice. Feel free to do that. And then release out of that. And let's go ahead and do one last thing. We'll make circles with our knees. So hands on your knees if you like, and circle your knees around. Really massaging the lower back around the sacrum. And then reverse the circles. And then come to stillness and bring your feet down to the floor and come into Shavasana, making yourself comfortable in whatever way you like. And Shavasana is corpse pose, so I don't even have to come up with a new name for that either. Okay, so get comfortable. You might like a blanket over you or to put your socks on or whatever you like. Your knees could be bent if you like, or your knees straight. Anything is okay. And then begin to focus on your breath. Now draw your attention to your scalp and release all the little muscles of your scalp. Relax your eyes back into the eye sockets. Relax your cheeks and your lips, and release your jaw. Relax your neck and your throat, and feel your head and neck heavy on the earth, warm and relaxed. Relax your shoulders, your upper arms and elbows, lower arms and wrists. Relax your hands and your fingers, all the way to your fingertips. And feel your shoulders and arms heavy on the earth, warm and relaxed. Relax all the muscles of your back, especially the little muscles along your spine. Relax the front of your body and all the organs inside. Relax your hips, your upper legs and knees. lower legs and ankles. Relax your feet and your toes all the way to the tips of your toes. And feel your hips and legs heavy on the earth, warm and relaxed. Feel your whole body heavy on the earth, warm and relaxed. And now while you rest there, I'm going to read something written by Tahira Mafi, who's an author. This comes from one of her books. The moon is a loyal companion. It never leaves. It's always there, watching, steadfast, knowing us in our light and dark moments, changing forever just as we do. Every day, it's a different version of itself. Sometimes weak and wan, sometimes strong and full of light. The moon understands what it means to be human, uncertain, alone, cratered by imperfections. For the next few minutes, begin to deepen your breath. And while you're still lying there on the ground with your eyes closed, picture the room that you're in. Picture the walls. Picture the ceiling. Picture the floor and you on the floor. And then begin to make movements with your small muscles, like your fingers and toes and wrists and ankles. And when you're ready, begin to move your larger muscles as well. A full body stretch or a twist, whatever feels good to you. And when you're ready, bend your knees and roll to one side. Take a breath or two. And then press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Bring your hands to Anjali Mudra. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all the love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you along. Thank you for coming tonight. Namaste. And have a good Halloween.